All right, guys, we're back here on Project Mustang, giving her some love. Remember where we left off before? I was changing the reverse gear on this transmission here. Take a look at her now. So what happened was, I put it all back together. I get it in the car. Fortunately, I didn't put any fluid in, or the exhaust, or the dry shaft, or anything. Just for the hell of it, I put the shifter on, and I tried to see if I could get in. I couldn't get into reverse or fifth. So I go, what the hell? So I said I knew I screwed something up pretty bad when I was banging the tail housing in. So here goes my old bell housing. And if you look inside here, I'm a rookie transmission guy. You can see where I broke the tail housing right there. You should never have to bang any part on this car, on these transmissions. So that's a lesson learned for me. So anyways, I pulled the transmission back out. 4 bolts basically. It came right back out. No big deal. What I found was, when I banged my transmission in, you see this roller on the reverse shift rod? Let's see if I can get this going. You see how it's crooked? Yeah, I mangled that all up. So, I had to go down to, we got a place in Stratford, Connecticut here. And I was able to get another reverse rod. And you see, nice and straight. So, I got to change this rod, put it back together. And if you look at this, this right here is a transmission I had laying around. It's a Tremac T5 World Class transmission. And just for the hell of it, I pulled it apart. This has a blown 3rd gear in it. And I'm going to eventually be rebuilding this one. I'm going to learn how to rebuild this one, I should say. I bought this video right here. And, yeah, but that's a different video for a different time. But at any rate, I took it apart to see how reverse worked on here. Here goes that rod. This is a totally different transmission. It's the same, but it's also different. Like this tail housing wouldn't go on to a Bog Warner T5. It'll go on, but it's different sizes. There's a lot of different things to it. So at any rate, I pulled the tail housing off. I just wanted to see, how the heck does this thing work? So if you look in here, you see how this goes into reverse, back out, and that's it. And you can see this has a little bit different reverse rod, but you can see the roller right there. And there's another one in the bottom over there. But when you watch it, mine was all twisted in a weird, you saw how it was, and it wouldn't operate. It just jammed this lever right here. So I took it apart, pulled this off, pulled it off here, just came right off. You want to know how to do this the correct way? Go to YouTube, and there's a guy called Junkyard Dogs. Junkyard Dogs, at the end, 2 G's and an S. This guy, best freaking videos out there as far as I'm concerned on T5s. So that's what I learned, how to pull this thing apart and what I need to do to correct my situation here. So I just got to, take out this rod. I got to put all this back together. That's on here. Back on here, which is pretty straightforward. These keys are pesky, so I got to make sure I get those keys in correctly. But that Junkyard Dogs guy, he showed the whole thing. Let's see. Oh, another thing on this Tremac tranny. This came with a newer style, what do you call it? Top cover for the forks. And if you look at my transmission, it has the area for the, what do you call it? The neutral safety switch right here. This doesn't have it on it. So I picked up another one of those too yesterday. So I got a new tail housing right there. I got this for that for the Tremac tranny World Class right here. And there you go. I got a few extra parts. And he threw in a bunch of little bits in here too. So I got all kinds of little tiny things here. But But at any rate here, I'm going to go put this back together. Let's hope we get reverse working and go from there. I don't have anyone to hold the camera for me, so this isn't really a how-to because I'm not the guy that should do a how-to on this. There are plenty of other videos on YouTube for how to do, but this is the course I'm going through with this car. Mess with the transmissions, all because of this. Sliding this off, sliding the tail housing off. This tail housing, sliding this tail housing off. I got jammed, one of these got jammed in there, the shifter thing, and it pulled it out of neutral, put it into fourth gear, and I at that time didn't know what I was doing, and I acted like a gorilla when I was putting it back, screwed things up. My own fault. So anyways, all because of this. At any rate, we're learning here, so you know, this is how I learn, I guess, and we'll go from there. So, okay, at this point now, let me get going on this thing here and see what I can do to get this thing fixed up. So, here we go. Bye-bye. All right, we're making progress here. Got it all back together. Everything was new parts I used, or the used ones from the other transmission. This is from the other transmission. This down here, which is the, let's see if I can find it in here. This, the fork that goes on to whatever gear or slider it is down there. I use that. I even used the spring that came off that other transmission, put that in there. We got all this in. Let me tell you, this is a little pesky right here with the little keys that have to go in there. And now we're everything seems good to me now. Yeah, the Tremac always felt notchier. So there we go. See if you can see inside there. All right, so I'm going to dry fit the cover and the tail housing on, and we'll see if it see how she goes. See if I'm able to. I'll put the shifter back on too, and see if we could do some shifting with this thing. So that'll be next. So hold on. All right, I got it all buttoned up. All together. Reverse switch is in, neutral safety switch is in. That was torqued to 20 pounds, I think 35. I just tightened them pretty good. So, but now, 2, 3, 4. Let's see if I can do this. Reverse. So there we go. I'm sitting dropping a bunch of stuff off here, but yeah, so there we go. We're all set here. I'm just going to clean this tail housing off, paint it up, give it a quick paint job. And I got to go call the guys at the parts store, get a new rear seal for this. I wish I would have thought of putting another one on before I put this one actually on the, put the tail housing on the transmission. But this is what it is, right? So put that on there, and then yeah, we're pretty much going to install it into the rest of the car here and see how she goes. Yeah, feels good. I'll tell you what though, when I put this shifter on, when I had this thing assembled still on this Tremac, so much more notchier and nicer feeling shifter. The shifting felt so much notchier or nicer. I don't know how to explain it compared to these stock T5s. So something to keep in mind. I can't wait to get on that thing there. Yeah, that's it. We've been cranking along on here. We got the new Steeda adjustable clutch cable in. We got the new center force throwout bearing in there. New clutch fork is in there. What else did we do here? Let's see. It's so much easier taking the seat out when you have to do the what do you call it, the quadrant. We put a fuel pressure gauge in, so that's nice. Light it up and everything, it works the way it's supposed to. Yeah, so let me get this thing painted up and we'll go from there. See you guys later. Bye bye. All right, we're all cleaned up, painted everything, we're good to go. Yeah, just got to throw it in the car now. Probably do that tomorrow morning. So yeah, that was it. Yeah, I really screwed up by banging that tail housing on, huh? So yeah, lesson learned on that one. Everyone makes mistakes, I guess, man. That was a A poor lesson to learn right there. $100 later in parts, you know. So anyways, we'll throw this back in, and that'll be in another video when we get everything else done to the car. So that's it for now. See you guys later. Bye-bye.